There was an NR, but you're pretty distorted, so back off your mic there for right now, about 6 inches, and try your call sign again phonetically, please.
Try your call sign again phonetically, please. Okay, very good. Sorry about that. This is November Romeo 2 NR2. Hey, dummy.
I think that's deliberately QRM network. Not good. Okay, station, I got NR. You're sounding more that I can understand. If you have your mic volume control handy, I would suggest turning it down about 10% from where it is, or 15%, Roger?
About 10% from where it is, or 15%, Roger. November Romeo 2 Zulu, NR2Z.
November Romeo 2 Zulu, is that correct?
November Romeo 2 Zulu, is that correct?
Roger, Roger, and what's the name there?
Roger, and what's the name there? Okay, just, my name is Dominic, and I'm located near Charlotte, North Carolina, and really, what I'm trying to do is stuff too, with the amplified D104 mic that I just picked up not too long ago at a ham fest. So I think the preamp may be a little too aggressive. Again, this is November Romeo 2 Zulu.
Roger, what's the name there?
I'm sorry, it's Dominic.
Roger, Dominic, well, I've got you on my local antenna, sir, and I think what we need to do is, right off, is what is your current volume level on your microphone? I tell you what, you're running a powered microphone, Roger?
Correct. It's a D104 with the powered amp in it.
Yes, sir. Okay, so what I want you to do is take your internal mic gain control up to a 5 or 50, or however it is that you're halfway on the input of your control of your audio mic. I want you to set that at a middle position, like a 5 if it's 0 to 10, or 50 if it's 0 to 100. So we want right in the middle of that that control on your mic level control. Roger?
Roger, I just did that. Obviously, it's just a little pot on the bottom. I've got it about halfway. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, you just eliminated a bunch of distortion because you were overdriving the first stage of that mic preamp. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape now. So what I want you to do is let's go on with our normal setup now, because you're sounding understandable, at least, pretty good. But what radio is that you're running?
Yeah, this is an old boat anchor. This is a Heath FT102, so I have no control other than volume level, mic level. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, you do, because it, a lot depends on the way you work the microphone as to what the characteristics are of the microphone. With bass buildup as you increase your proximity. Oh boy. Proximity to the microphone, you have a bass buildup, and so what we want to do, those D104s are pretty upper mids a lot. So what we want to do maybe is work a little bit closer, so we pick up a little more lower frequency and try to broaden the audio curve out just a little bit. So what I want you to do now is work that mic, let's say about 2 inches. From the head of that mic, about 2 inches. Roger, Roger.
Roger. Okay, I'm about 2 inches away. And by the way, when you come back, I didn't get your name. So we're about 2 inches away. Go ahead.
Roger. Name here is Jim, Juliet, India, Mike. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor. And this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. So let's see, you don't have an adjustable transmit bandwidth, so you are what you are. Do you have any EQ at all, or just, do you have compression processing?
No, there's nothing. This is just a D104 with the preamplified, the preamplifier is a D104, going right into the SD102.
Yes, sir. Okay, great. So let's see. Let's just get on to the ALC meter. As you look at that, do you have a meter or a light?
No, it's an ALC meter, and on the ALC, I'm about 75% in the ALC range.
Roger, Roger. So you're 2/3, would you say? 2/3 is the sweet spot on that meter. What we say is we're looking at a 7 or 2/3 on the ALC meter, Roger. But we use a steady tone, a humanly generated calibration tone, audio, and we say that word audio, hold out the front, and then adjust the mic gain until your ALC is in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Roger. Audio. 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 Okay, we're at about 65-70%.
All right, sir. So we have a bunch of mids. It's mostly mids. Let's come on in. Let's see how you wouldn't happen to have a foam windscreen around, would you?
Not for the D104.
Roger. Well, sometimes you can make those foam windscreens fit over the lollipop, or at least tape it around either side a little bit there, so you're actually running through two sides of a foam windscreen for that D104. But like I say, we do have a lot of mids, and I've maybe try coming in about 1 inch from that mic, and let me hear you there.
I'm 1 inch away. I didn't want to overdrive it, and my ALC is still running about 7. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. So is that a screwdriver adjust on that D104?
Yes, it's a screwdriver adjust.
Okay, so that sounds pretty good there. It does have a lot of mids, but it does have some bass there. So I would suggest working that mic closer than what you have been, because when we both started the conversation earlier, I heard a bunch of room noise. Now, obviously, your mic gain was up pretty hot there, and it was actually you were getting a lot of distorted limiting by overdriving the front end of the radio. But I think we've cured all that now with that mic gain internal mic gain control setting at 50 or 5 or mid-scale to the input. It sets the first stage up to be well within its capability, and then some headroom for going hotter or working less volume. So it's a good place to start in the middle of the transmit mic gain control. Roger.
Okay, yes, Roger, Jim. I appreciate that, and that's what I was concerned about. That's why I wanted to get on here and get your help to get this adjusted at least close. I was afraid that I was overdriving it a bit, so I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And you might think about, down the road here, going to some kind of a condenser mic situation. I have modified those D104s to electret microphones. It works out really, really well that way. Those cartridges for the D104 are notoriously upper mids and upper mids a bunch. So the thing is, you might have to, if you're interested in broadening your EQ curve. And the other thing would be maybe you could look into some stuff coming out of Ukraine as far as compressor, limiter, equalization capabilities, and that way you can just plug that into the front of your radio, the mic, and you've got, it just brings you up to today's standards as best you can with your limited transmit bandwidth. I guess that would probably be like a 25, 26, 2.6K transmit bandwidth on that radio. Would you say, 15 years old?
No, the radio is 50. I built it in 1974. This is my backup radio. I have an ICOM 7300 as my normal radio, but I just love the old stuff. I was licensed in 1964, so this is sort of my nostalgia radio, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just trying to figure out a way that we could possibly tame that mid-range. I'd say that mid-range is probably about 4 or 5 dB hotter than anything else that microphone is passing. So what we need to do is, if we did have onboard EQ, we would do something that I never do, and that's I would say to reduce the mids by 4 or 5 clicks. It's one of those things, and I never, I always say, you have to leave that mid-range flat or off to really do good as far as striking a balance between the top and the mids and the bottom of the mids. So I never recommend boosting or cutting the mids. But in your case with that microphone element, I would consider that, because it seems to me that those mids are about 4 or 5 dB hotter than the top and the bottom for balance. Roger?
Roger, very good, Jim. This is NR2Z. Yeah, actually, what I will try to do, your suggestion, and I've seen that, is change the mic element. I have another head, another D104. That I may experiment with, and change that over to a condenser, and then we can do, I can do some comparisons between the two. So I don't want to hold this up any longer, Jim. I really appreciate your help. Again, I didn't want to have some crummy signal out there. I take a little pride in not being splattering or having a lot of noise in the background, so I do appreciate that. As I say, this is, my this mic is probably 45 years old, so it could probably use some help. So I will try it. I'll look into that, and maybe I'll check back in again in the future. KC9VKV. UKV. This is NR2Z.
Roger, sir. And if you experiment with that electret mic, try to get that mic front end up into the grill. Don't set it back in the head, because what happens, it starts to ring and echo inside the head. So you want to try to get that mic element. If you do it, you want to try to get that electret mic element up as close as you can get to the head of that grill. And sometimes you can actually take like a Gorilla Tape and just do something like that, because it doesn't make any difference as far as the element is concerned for the back side, because it's not going to get any much from the back side. You could use that duct tape to affix it to the grill with a couple layers. And duct tape is strong. Sometimes it's stronger than steel, and I use that a lot in making my microphones, because it's just so easy to work with. You can do anything you need to do as far as support. And there's another thing that I hadn't mentioned before that you might consider if you do the electret mic thing, and that is a thing called a crisper. And this crisper, what it does, it's an acoustic equalizer that fits over the electret element and hangs. Let's see, if you know what a phono jack is, it's covered with plastic, and the plastic tapers back. Well, I take a razor blade and I cut that tapered piece off, and that leaves me a cylinder that electret mic element will fit right inside that cylinder, and then I overhang that cylinder about 1/4 of an inch in front of the electret microphone. So in other words, the electret capsule is sunk back into the tube about 1/4 of an inch. And what this does, it acoustically ramps up the top end frequency response around 5-6 K, from 3 to 5-6 K, right in that beautiful area for ham radio. Roger?
Oh, very good. Yes, Jim, thank you very much. I will take a look at all of that and see what I can do. and I will come on back to you probably in a month or so, and we'll see how we're doing. I appreciate that insight.
Roger, sir. Well, let me say 73 to you, sir. It's been a pleasure. And if you want to hear your audio as it stands, and it stands pretty good now. I mean, it seems to be very intelligible. I'm listening on my 7300. And so I'm much better frequency response-wise than I would be if I was copying the mail on an SDR, because the SDRs roll off the bottom side about 200 cycles or 250 cycles, whereas the 7300 is good down to 100 cycles. So I just love to copy the mail on the 7300 when conditions permit. So I'll say 73, and if you get a chance, check back with us and let us hear if you do experiment with that electret microphone. I think you'll be just pleasantly surprised because of its capabilities. It starts off, electret microphones are just notorious for top-end better response than, I think, over dynamic mics. And then with this CRISPR, you can play with that, and probably you can tune that. I never really experimented much with tuning. I found out that a quarter of an inch overhang of the mic the element worked just fine, so I just always used that in my design and manufacturing. So there you go. All right, so 73, sir, and we'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.